Hello, today is Friday, January 31st, 2025. I'm Tony Mangino from TC2, and this is Staying Connected. On today's podcast, we'll be discussing an unusual move by Ofcom, the UK's telecom regulator, which could save businesses a lot. Joining me today is Deb Bowling from LB3. Deb advises Fortune 500 companies on their ICT transactions and is keenly aware of how regulations impact enterprise customer costs. Deb, welcome back to Staying Connected.
Thanks, Tony. It's great to be back.
So, Deb, what's Ofcom done that's unusual and of interest to enterprise users?
Well, Tony, in recent years, Ofcom, like the FCC, spent its time protecting individuals buying telecoms or cable service for their personal use. It left enterprise customers to fend for themselves. On Tuesday, January 28th, Ofcom recognized a battle business customers were losing with no end in sight and offered them a hand.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. What help is in the making?
Most enterprises use bulk messaging around the clock.
Yeah, that's right. And we all get them. It's those text reminders that your statement or bill is available. You have an appointment, your package is shipped, there's a new product release or a sale that's running. You get the picture. These messages help keep businesses running efficiently and have become commonplace.
You're right. And Ofcom noticed that wholesale costs of bulk messaging have increased up to 70% so far this decade, with nothing to rein them in. Text must be delivered to enterprise customers, regardless of their customer's mobile provider. But with a limited number of infrastructure-based mobile providers, not VMOs, the providers can demand what they want, and bulk messaging providers have no choice but to pay. These increasing costs then contribute to the final price businesses, both large and small, pay for bulk messaging services. Ofcom proposes to cap the mobile provider termination charges at the charges in place in 2021, adjusted for inflation. Comments are due on the 8th of April, 2025.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty material savings opportunity. Prices increased by 70%, while UK inflation was only around 16.5%. Businesses could see a 50% or so savings.
That's right, and that's just with respect to one of the components, but nevertheless, the businesses are going to see savings. But that's not going to come immediately. Ofcom proposes to take a year or more to adopt regulations after the comment period ends. Ofcom is proposing a 3-month implementation period after they adopt the regulations, and there's always that possibility that their proposal won't pass.
Okay, that makes sense. Contracts are often 2+ years long, and TC2 typically recommends prices be fixed to avoid typical increases. But you're talking about an atypical decrease in provider costs. If prices are fixed, your provider's margins will increase until your deal ends. Is there anything enterprises should do now?
Yes, Tony, 2 things. First, file your non-question response form with Ofcom in support of their proposal. It's available on the Ofcom website, or you can contact me and I'll send it to you. Second, during negotiations with your bulk messaging provider, share your knowledge of Ofcom's proposal. It should help you convince them to give or to share the savings with you through an annual benchmarking of the rates or a contract requirement to pass through savings from the changes in regulations, such as an Ofcom price cap, if they occur.
That's a great idea. But knowledge of the Ofcom proposal may not be enough to get strong benchmarking and pass-through clauses in an amendment to an existing deal. An RFP or RFI where the provider is aware of the competition will reveal the true market prices and provide additional leverage. So, Deb, any last thoughts on this?
Yeah, Tony, many savvy businesses prefer regulators not to be involved in their ICT prices. They figure it's a competitive market and let us do what we do best. But that's not true, as you saw in this circumstance. There is an anti-competitive aspect of it with the mobile termination charges. Keep in mind that on those rare occasions where this anti-competitive significant market power, there are those occasions when regulators and regulations can help with enterprise customer budgets.
Thanks, Deb. And to our listeners, if you'd like to learn more about Ofcom's proposal or strategies for protecting the savings in your supplier agreements, or if you'd like to discuss other ICT needs with Deb or me or any of our LB3 and TC2 colleagues, please give us a call or shoot us an email. You can also stay current by subscribing to Staying Connected, by checking out our websites, and by following us on LinkedIn.